What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, all that good stuff. So now I want to talk about the best fight of the entire weekend, beyond a shadow of the doubt, and that was Naoye Inoue versus Cardenas. So for Cardenas, this was his first world title fight. It was taking place in the junior featherweight division, as they now call it, and this was for all the marbles at junior feather. Inoue defending his undisputed status, and I'm happy to report a brilliant fight. It's one of those fights that even if you want to watch the highlights, this was just, it had every element of a fantastic fight. I mean, every single element. It was a war. It had the back and forth. It had a knockdown in there, and eventually a TKO. And I think you can guess who scored the TKO. Because now you, in a way, you got secured the TKO. Referee stopped the fight in round 8, but that truly doesn't tell sort of the full story. This wasn't just a straightforward, one-sided beatdown by Inoue. He actually was met with some resistance here, because this was one of them that Inoue had a typical first round. He was active, bouncing in and out of range, getting up close and personal. He was doing his normal thing, going to the head, switching the attacks down to the body. The Inoue, he's one of these fighters where he's just must-see TV, because he doesn't, there's no chaser. This is just the way he fights, is that he gives it his all from the word go. He does have boxing skills. He does have the ability to go on the back foot as well. But normally, he in this fight, just on the front foot, and he doesn't waste any time. He's throwing bombs from the early, from the first round, bombing away at the body of Cardenas, and Cardenas trying to respond, but obviously, in that first round, Cardenas was coming off second best to Inoue. Inoue was just too much variation for him, and the combinations, and just the fact that Inoue kind of doesn't really care, in a sense. You know what I mean? He just kind of goes for it. He gets into range and he throws the bombs, even if there's risk of something coming back at him. He's securing himself that he doesn't worry. So yeah, he does that. First round, no problem. Second round comes in. Again, more of the same from Inoue. This time, Cardenas is responding with his own shots, coming back and looking for the counter on Inoue. And then a critical moment comes again, round 2, when Inoue is like going in, doing the combination, stepping round to the side. And there was a moment where he kind of went a bit square after landing one of his shots, and Cardenas catches him with a good shot, right hand, I think it was, little hook. And down goes Inoue, and Inoue goes down. You can tell that him going down, it wasn't just him getting caught square. You could tell that he was visibly hurt, visibly shaken. He done the right thing. He looked to the referee. He took it to, I think he got up at around 7, 8, because he was looking at the referee. He knew was hurt, and it looked like it could go the other way here. But as in typical Inoue fashion, he gets up from the knockdown, moves a bit, but then goes straight back into the action, gets stumbled again a bit by Cardenas, and, gets himself through that round. And as the fight goes on, Inoue, next round jumps back on the horse again, back into the combinations, going straight after Cardenas. And it was almost like he was saying to himself, well, yeah, I've been hurt, I've been knocked down, but in my mind, I don't acknowledge that knockdown. I don't acknowledge I've been hurt. I'm gonna just come in here and fight like I've just knocked him down. And that's what Inoue done. He just went on again, from bomb after bomb after bomb. Cardenas, to his credit, was able to catch Inoue at times, but it was again one of these fights where, yes, he was able to catch Inoue. Yes, he was able to hurt him various times in the fight leading up to the stoppage. But the one continuous thing was that Inoue didn't allow the fact he'd been hurt to sort of distract him or to stop his advances forward. He just kept coming forward, kept throwing bombs over and over and over again. And you could see that, yes, he had been hurt, but his level of power was that bit more. Like when he was hitting Cardenas, you could tell that his punches were moving Cardenas, and Cardenas, as much as he was able to hurt Inoue, he just couldn't. His struggle was he couldn't really deal with the work rate of Inoue, because both guys could punch. Inoue could punch that bit harder, and Inoue was just sort of non-stop with the work, non-stop with the action in the ring. He was just non-stop combination, left, right, hooks, uppercuts, everything, throwing the kitchen sink at him, and it just got to Cardenas in the end. He got, I think it was round 6, he got battled into the ropes, bundled into the ropes, and he started throwing his combination. You could tell that, whoa, this guy's gonna go here, and then eventually goes into round 8, which credit to Cardenas for surviving that long. But yeah, round 8 was where again Inoue comes in, more combinations, more power shots. He's just unafraid to throw. And the thing about Inoue is not only does he throw these power shots very, very accurate, he's very accurate with his punches. He's not just a brawler, a power puncher. No, he's very accurate with the punches he throws. And that was a problem Cardenas had, just too many of them. There was a point he gets hit, and then he just, his hands go down, and he kind of smiles and acknowledges. Inoue then jumps on him again and just bang, bang, but just punches away at him, and Cardenas is just on the rope, sort of taking the shots, and referee jumps in to sort of save Cardenas. And yeah, I personally think it's one of those things that, yeah, he was complaining to the referee. The referee, yeah, maybe he could have let it go on, but even if he did let it go on, it was just an inevitable stoppage. You could just see the way the pattern of the fight was going, that yeah, you let him go on, but he's just going to get stopped. He's going to get knocked out clean if you had let that fight carry on. So another great victory for Inoue. He defends his undisputed titles once again. He does have a scare in the fight. He does have a moment of danger, a moment where he looks human. He doesn't look invincible, but get knocked down. But again, he shows the heart of a lion, and gets up and makes it as if that didn't happen. So yeah, congratulations to Inoue on the victory. Once again, he's undisputed champion at junior feather. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section. Until next time, MK Boxing is over and out. See you again.